Biafra wants to go, Biafra wants to go. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Have 5 of your states in this country. Lead by example. Leave those shops of yours, leave those buildings of yours. Go back to your state and start developing it if you are serious. Develop your state, develop your political system. Stand today and get people in the House of Representatives who would hear your voice and see if every Nigerian will not let you go. What benefit are you to us? You're only leeching us in this country. We from the northern Nigeria can boldly say we have gained something from the southwestern part of Nigeria and the south-south. We collectively, Dangote today is established in northern middle belt of this country in Kogi State, and it's also established in Lagos. That is mutual benefit. When it comes to political movement, we from the north unite. Even when Tinubu's people did not vote him, the northerners vote until Tinubu could find himself in power today. We allow the people from the north, from the south, to come to our state and invest freely. We allow them for growth. Of course, we do have conflicts once in a while, but the facts and the statistics of reality is here. Come and see them all over our places. Doing fine, doing well, establishing themselves, houses, schools, and all that. People from the southwest. We provide food. We provide food. We are the leaders in terms of agriculture in this nation. We provide food and we take it to the west. And the south, majority of the food that's consumed in this nation comes from north. I want to ask a question. What is you people's benefit? What is it about you that if you go today, we're going to miss? What is it about you we're going to miss? Is it your importation business that involves so much exploitation? Is that what a Hausa man cannot do or a Yoruba man cannot do? I want to ask you a question. Do you have oil? You don't. It is the South and the Niger Delta area that have oil. And they don't even give us headache like the way you do. They cooperate with us. They do everything with us. What is you people's problem? What you talk about because your resources. What resources do you have? You've been leeching off of everyone. If the Yorubas are talking, if the Niger Deltas are talking, yes, we can hear, but not you guys. What do you have to offer to Nigeria that we cannot offer ourselves? Okay, let's say we feed this country, yes, because of our flat lands, because of our agricultural prowess. You decide, okay, we'll stop feeding, we are going to feed the rest of the country. Can you do that? Can you, for example, do what the Yorubas are doing? Can you give us what the Yorubas are giving us? What are you giving us except what destroys our economy, which is importation? What are you giving us? So what's actually your pride? What is it? Because you have not found somebody who tells you the truth. What is your pride in this country? What is your pride? The fact that you leech off other people? The fact that we allow you to buy lands in our areas? Allow you to establish businesses that you grow out of it? And yet you're even too afraid to go back to your states. And yet you keep making noise every single day. If you are proud of who you are, start making your move now. Start making your move now. It's not about just disturbing everybody with noise and making fun up and down the place. See, it's about to go down. It's getting more serious every day. It's getting more serious every day. If you think you're going to creep up into the division of this country, we've gotten to know who you guys truly are. We're going to deal with it. We might not be able to deal with America fully, but you see those ones at home. You are an assignment we have put in our front.
Hi, welcome to African Viewpoint. This is Nnamdi, your host, your humble host. So, I'm here to react to what that young Fulani girl just ranted about. I want to take some things out of my chest. And unfortunately, this is what is going on in this country. I came across this video. I don't usually do this kind of videos of issue of hate and issue of, this or that, tribalism and the rest. But I couldn't resist but to do this video because of several things she said out of ignorance. First of all, she's a Fulani girl. I understand she's from the north. And then she's very young. She has no experience, and probably she was born with maybe a silver spoon in her mouth. Maybe, probably, I don't know. And she doesn't really have the experience of life. And she's just spitting ignorance, attacking a whole kind of tribe, not even one person or so, but the whole of the tribe. So I want to address this issue in my own way and speak to what she has said. But before I go any further, I wish to say, if you have not subscribed, if you are new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. That's the only way to support me and to help my channel grow, and to also like this video if you like it. Click the notification bell, share, so that many other people will see what is going on in my country, Nigeria. So, but for the sake and for the benefit of those of you that is watching this video, I want to bring the context. I want you to understand, just in case if you don't know, this is my country, Nigeria. And if you don't know what fabric this country is made up of, I would like to just lay it out real quick. Nigeria is a multilingual country and with a lot of ethnicity, with a lot of different tribes. People may not know we have, aside from the major language, we have languages. We have the Igbo, the Hausas, and the Yorubas. We have over 250 ethnic languages, other languages that are involved. So Nigeria is a melting pot of all different kinds of peoples. And probably this is the reason why we are having this, kind of issues of attacking each other, because we cannot, kind of coexist. But whether this is true or not, I just want to lay it out. So just understand it that way. We have the North and we have the South. I'm from the South. And this girl that is talking and ranting about, she's from the North. And the major languages we have, that which is out of the three, two are from the South and one is from the North. And probably that is the reason why the North, the Hausas, which is one of the major languages, they were able now to have a grip on the North or to the North, be able to suppress the minorities and the other ethnicity. But in the South, we have two competing major languages, and therefore, it's not going to be that kind of easy, because two major languages are on the South and trying to compete for the the minorities. But that being said, that is the situation of this country. So this is how Nigeria is set up. And the majority of the Muslims reside in the North, and the majority of the Christians are in the South. So from what I understand from her ranting and from whatever she's saying, is this thing had to do with secession. The Igbos, which are in the South, have been clamoring and wanting to secede. That this marriage between North and the South and every other person is not working. And if you look at it to an extent, it's not working. This clamoring and this agitation has been there for over many years. That is why I'm calling this girl that she's a small girl. She doesn't know how all this thing started. That she was saying that what are the Igbos still waiting, that they should go, this and that. What are they still waiting, this and that? But probably she's not aware that the Igbos are doing whatever they can to live, but they are being held back because of politics and the rest. The rest of the country and the rest of the country do not want the Igbos to leave. And yes, she was saying that the Igbos should leave. Way back before, after the independence of Nigeria, we have the issue of the civil war. What brought the civil war is all about seceding, the secession of the Igbos. The Igbos wanted to leave, and Nigerian government says, "Nah, you are not going anywhere." And that's what actually, brought the civil war and the killings of needless innocent people all across, and especially in the East, because we, the Igbos, we bore the brunt of that war. And so she was saying, I'm just making this statement concerning regards to what she was saying, what is holding the Igbos, that they should go, that they have nothing to offer. That is another erroneous, kind of assertion or statement, because if you're saying that Igbos do not have anything to offer, that we are like parasites, we are not like parasites. This is a country that you refuse. You don't want the Igbos to live. And as far as we are still and we remain Nigerians, we have the right to be anywhere we want. And if it is a crime to be industrious and be hardworking, that's your own business, because the Igbos, that's what they have. That's their trait. The Igbos are hardworking and industrious. That is the reason why wherever they go, they establish, they become stronger, they progress, even regardless with the fact that they are being marginalized in this country. The Northerners have nothing. They say they bring the food, they produce the food, yes, but now they even abandon producing the food. All they are doing now, they are running around coming to the oil, coming for the oil. Go to Port Harcourt, go to the south side. I see a lot of them there, but I don't even have any problem with that. But I'm just trying to report what she was saying, because I know the whole of, I won't say that the whole of the northern people or outside people or Fulani people or whoever in the north is the problem. I react to individuals such as this girl. She has to be reacted to and be, taught what she doesn't know. She's an embodiment of hate. That is embodiment of hate. From what she's saying, it shows the hate inside of her. She's just spitting out and trying to divide people. From her statement, she usually say we at the north, we Hausas are the north. First of all, the whole of the north are not Hausas, just like the south. That the whole of the south are not Igbos, are not Yorubas or whatever. The north also have the same thing, but just that the north, they are good at, the Fulanis especially, they are good at suppressing their subjects, which are the Hausas. Even though the Hausas are the majority in the north, but the Fulani happens to subdue them. And through Hausas majority, they are gaining strength to subdue the minorities as well, the ethnicity groups, other ethnic groups in the north. In the south, just like we have three geopolitical zones in the north south, so also they have in the north. But they don't always speak about that division. But in the south, we talk about division. We are divided in the south. And not only are we divided in the south, even we, the southwest, we are divided. That's the problem. And the north, they are very good at taking and playing that game. And that is the reason why they have been gaining the upper hand and ruling this country as long as they want, even up till today. I also want to point out one thing. This girl, she always say the Hausa Fulani. Hausa Fulanis, they are not the same. They are two different ethnic groups. The Hausas are the majority, the Fulanis are not. But just that the Fulanis are riding on the Hausa population, and they are using them to gain control and power in politics and all that. And look at all the presidents that was produced from the north. Most of them, or even virtually all of them, are Fulani people, but they still regard them Hausa, especially those of us that are in the south. We see every person from the south and from the north as an Hausa person, but they are not. They are minorities. I was born and brought up in Borno State and in Biu. Okay, and Borno State is in the southeast, and that state is not even Hausa state, but they speak Hausa, but they have their dialects, their language that they speak. They have the Babus, the Bura, they have the Margis, they have the Kanuris, they have a lot of them in Meduguri, Bama. Most of them, they have different distance there, but the issue is that the Fulanis are domineering. They are very good at it, and this is part of what she's doing. She's a Fulani woman. So, having said that, I don't have any problem with all Fulanis or having problem with all Hausas or any whatever or any ethnic group at all. I speak to the person. So this girl, she's talking trash. She doesn't know. She's speaking from a place of hate and from a place of ignorance, and trying at her age, trying to trick people like me into dividing and hating my brothers in the south or in the southwest, even though I know that there are a lot of them that we may disagree. Of course, we can disagree, but I'm not going to, because of that, and say the whole of the southwest, I hate them and they are not part of us, or the whole of the southwest, they are a problem. No, I can't do that. I'm not going to take that bait. And that is what happened. When I play that video now, you find out that girl that was reacting to her video, to what she said, she took the bait. She really took the bait, unfortunately, because she was like, yeah, we can do without any other. We are Igbos, we want to live and this and that. That is not it. Of course, we are going to live, but we are going to do it intelligently and not allow somebody to use our brain. Now, she also said something about that we don't have, like I said earlier on, that the Igbos have nothing to offer and bring to the table, that the South have oil, and they can understand that the North has food, that because of their flat land and because of their mass, they have a lot of land mass. They have land mass for agriculture. So that is true. But now saying that the South bring oil to the table, let me bust your bubble. The South you are talking about is a geopolitical zone. They are created They used to be part of, some of them or most of them used to be part of Southeast. When it used to be zone, the Eastern region, where it's also be regional zoning. We used to have, before the creation of states, we used to have the Eastern region, the Western region, and the Northern region. I don't know what the British people did in this country and bring this chaos and bring this amalgamation of peoples, of different peoples together. This is what is causing problems till today. But that doesn't mean that we cannot live together. But if we cannot live together, we can peacefully, go our separate ways. The issue is that the Igbos have been agitating to leave, and you are saying, what does the Igbo have to offer, to bring to the table that they should go? As though the Igbos really want to stay. They have been making noise. Look at Nnamdi Kanu that has been in the custody of, he was held since Buhari time. Buhari is who? He's a Fulani man from the north. And he held Nnamdi Kanu because of the agitation of Biafra. And never let him go because he was afraid that Nnamdi Kanu could damage his government and damage his country by, bringing people to stand for this creation of secession of the Igbos. But he held them, and you are saying that the Igbos should go. Who held Nnamdi Kanu up till now? That even Buhari is there, they are still holding him. What is he saying? Nnamdi Kanu wants what? Division. And you are talking about they should go, they should go. What are you talking for? You talk out of ignorance. Okay? And you are saying the South that they are whatever. They are part of them. Most of them are Igbos. Most of them are Igbos. If you are not aware, in Delta State, they are trying to create another state, Anioma State. What is Anioma? Anioma is an Igbo name too. They want to create an Anioma State by a senator from Delta, Ned Nwoko. Is trying to create a state because they feel that they do not belong there. They feel they want to be part of their brothers, the Igbo people. And this is a geopolitical, just as the name sounds, geopolitical zone. They divided some of these things and put some of Igbo people in the south, and put some even put some people, or even some people that link with Yoruba to this part, to south and all that. It's just geopolitical. But when you look at the actual position and the geography of their geographical location, you find out that most of them belong to the east. They are calling them south, but they are literally in the east. So when they create that state, they are going to this. He is now proposing to add that state to east, because east, out of each geopolitical zone, each of them are made up of 6 states, but only southeast is having 5 states. Why is that fair? That is an example of typical marginalization we are talking about. So if they create that state, they are going to make up that 5 states. When you are talking about your 5 states, look at the disdain in her mouth, the way she talk about the Igbos. You can see the hate with the way she talk concerning the Igbos. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the whole Hausa people or the Fulani people or the other Northerners are stupid, because I know all of them. I grew up there, I have friends there. I'm talking about this very girl. She has no experience. She has no intelligence, just simply because she can speak 1 or 2 English, that she can come and put a camera in my face and start spitting nonsense and try to divide the people. This thing can be done, peacefully, and by dialogue. Every person can go their separate ways. If we cannot stay together as one. As she mentioned about, yes, that the North always have their problem, but they always get along. Look at the way she trivialized it and just went on. Yes, we always have a problem, but we always get along. And is that it? How can you trivialize the mass killings of Christians in the North, and they are Northerners, and you say they will always get along? How would you justify the killings of the Christian people and even some Muslims by the Boko Haram? How can you trivialize it? But they are very good at it. That, like I said, North is very good at bringing and subduing their people and making them to look as though they are one. And they always they are one. They are always they always have a way of controlling every other person, especially the Fulanis. Especially the Fulanis. So, girl, stop saying that. I'm not going to take that bait you are putting. I'm not going to take that bait in order to start trashing our Southside brothers. Also, start trashing or saying bad things about the Southwest. Even though I know we have differences, we have issues with each other. Where don't we have issues? Even in your family, you have issues. Let alone somebody that is not even the same state with you or the same region with you. It's always a natural thing for you now to have issues, but not to use it to divide people and to tell me that South that they bring something to the table. So for me to start looking at South as they are different from Southeast, girl, they are the same. If not all of them, most of them are the same with Southeast. They used to be part of Southeast before. You should know that. Some of them might even come and because of political reason or whatever and say, yeah, we are not part of the Igbos or the South. Okay, fine. They have their mouth. But the reality is that most of them are Igbos. Their origin is from Igbo land. So you want to divide us, but you are not dividing. When you talk about the North, you don't mention Northwest, Northeast, North Central. You always say North. But when you talk about the side, you talk about Southwest, you talk about Southeast and South. Look at how ignorant and stupid you are. You think I'm going to take that? You divide us, but you put your own together. Right? So that girl, I think I have a lot of things, but I'm sorry that this video has to be this long. But I'm sorry about that. I still really have a lot of things to say, but for the sake of not boring you with my ranting too, I wish to stop here. Let me just play the rest of that video and then maybe react a little more to it, then we will move on from there. Cool.
Aisha Kawajia. I've been seeing the videos of this particular Hausa woman flying all over social media. The level of bitterness engraved in the heart of this woman cannot be explained. The bitterness she has for the Igbos. And one of the reasons for this recent bitterness and anger and rage is that, you know, they have blamed the Igbos, that they are the ones pushing the propaganda, inviting Trump to Nigeria and pushing this Christian genocide propaganda. They are the ones that...
Okay, I understand that everything that happens here in Nigeria, most of the time, the Igbos are going to be blamed for it, even if they are not even the people responsible for it. So it's a usual thing, because I can see that the Igbos are mostly Christians and the Yorubas are Christian and Muslim because they are divided. They are kind of Muslim and Christians. So the North naturally will kind of be more affiliated to the Southwest than the Southeasterners. And in this kind of issue that has a religious connotation to it, they will always see that the Igbos are the culprit, even though the Igbos are not. Hasn't she seen where a lot of the Northerners, the minority North, the Christians there, they are crying out for the killing, the mass killing and all that? I made a video, which I'm going to put here, concerning a pastor that was standing in a mass grave of people. A pastor from the North standing in the mass grave of people, crying out to Donald Trump to come and rescue them, crying on top of his voice. It's just one example out of many other Northern Christian pastors that are crying out and making a plea for them to be rescued. And what did she say in the past about their conflicts and the problems they are having? She just trivialized it. The years that they have it, but they always, move on. Killing of innocent souls, and it's not something you will trivialize. It's not something that you will say just like that, by the way, and just move on and not focus on it. You are focusing on this, whereas there is a fire is burning on top of the mountain in the north. You are talking about this when you're supposed to be using your mouth, to talk about how the killings must stop in the north, be it Muslim or be it Christian. We are all human beings created by one God. But instead, you are here spitting hate.
That wrote a letter to America. They are the ones probably causing the chaos right now and the division everything, of course, you know, they will always put the blame on those people where they put blames on. But we are not even perturbed. We are not moved. We are not shaken. It's something that they have been throwing at us over the years, and we have been chesting it. This one will not be an exception. This Aisha lady is telling the Igbos that you have been calling for Biafra, Biafra, you want to go Biafra. You people should go. Call your legislators. Tell them to start pushing in the House of Assembly that we need our own country. We want to secede from Nigeria. Because we are not important to them. There is no benefit. They are not gaining anything from us as Igbos. That as Hausa, they are gaining a lot from Yorubas. They are getting a lot from South, now where oil they, now where then they take oil. They are gaining a lot from Igala. They are gaining a lot from other tribes. What are they gaining from the Igbos? Nothing. Is it not importation? She even said they will start importation in the other video. That they will have to start doing those things. That business when Igbos they do. Yoruba businessmen and Hausa businessmen will have to stand up and start doing those things where Igbos they do for Nigeria. And we must let them go because they are the real enemies of Nigeria. That is why I say it is good for us to correct some wrong narrative. The way they are sounding, they are making it look like we are interested in Nigeria, we like Nigeria. That we are still littered all over Nigeria, building houses, they give us shop in the north, in Lagos, we're even claiming Lagos. That why is it difficult for us to go back to our place and continue our country? Since we say we don't want to be part of Nigeria, and them don't even want us again. Going by waiting this bitter Aisha woman talk. If you say you don't need the Igbos in Nigeria, why did the General Yakubu go on? Why did he fight a war that lasted for 3 years when Ojukwu succeeded, when Ojukwu declared Biafra in 1967? If we are not that important, if we are, you can do without us. Why did you fight tooth and nail? Why were you people sweating in the 1967 Civil War? Why did Awolowo even have to bring an idea for go on? When they must have fought the war, now they say, these people are not ready to succumb. They are not ready to retreat. Neither are they going to surrender to Nigeria. Biafrans were not ready to surrender to Nigeria. Why did Awolowo now bring out this idea that you have to starve them? If you starve them, they will stop. This war will just end. Why did they bring that starvation during the war? You don't want the Igbos. You don't want the Igbos in Nigeria. The Igbos tried to leave Nigeria. You fought back with everything you have, even starved children, just because you want to unite back. Now, after more than 40 years, we had Wazirike that said, okay, we also will have to leave Nigeria. They never still treat us well after the Civil War. Una still say, no, you will stay with us. Nnamdi still came out after Owazirike. No, we want Biafra, we want Biafra. We must go, we must go. We can't be part of you. You still carry him. No, we have to lock them. You even did a lot of things in the southeast because they said they want to leave Nigeria. You don't want them to leave Nigeria. You have been arresting their leaders. So I'm trying to understand. If we not get need, if there is nothing you people are benefiting, why are your leaders, why are the northerners bent on not allowing Biafrans to live? You can't do without Igbos. You can't do without us. You people are too cowards.
Okay, I don't want to play the rest of the video. I will keep this, the full video of this girl. I will put it on the link section below. So in case if you want to watch the rest of the video, because I've already covered most of the things that she's saying and she's about to also say. But what I also just want to point out is that she was taking the bait of this Fulani girl. I've been outside there, but I doubt. I think she's Fulani. I think she took her bait. She took the bait to make her speak as though the Igbos don't really care about any other person or our Southside brothers or whatever. Even though I know that some of our Southside brothers may say, okay, you're on your own on this Biafra thing, but that doesn't mean that they are different from us. We have a lot of our brothers and our sisters, which I want to just make clear. She said about South-South, she was trying to bring that division, which in South-South and Southeast. We have a lot of our brothers and our sisters in the South-South. So that is wrong. She should take note of that. And the North, that she has been saying the North is also divided. The whole of the North, they are not made up of Hausa people. It's just that they are fortunate, they have the control over there because they are the only major language over there, unlike the South-South that has, unlike the South that has two, the Southwest and the Southeast, Igbos and the Yorubas. So I think that is going to be, because right now I think I'm kind of, I've calmed down now, having responded to this girl. So that's it. So you have seen it all. I think I'm feeling a lot better now that I have unloaded and unloaded what is in my chest. I feel a lot better now. So what say you have watched what that girl said and what's my comment, my response, and the response of this other sister? What do you think? But to sum it up and to close this, regardless of our differences, regardless of how you may disagree with somebody, as long as we are still in Nigeria, we are still in one Nigeria. In order to make that work, as long as we are the same in one Nigeria, we should be able to know how to talk. You can criticize somebody, but constructively and intelligently, and not to criticize somebody and the whole of entire people or region simply because certain people or certain persons said something or did something you don't like, and as a result you say the whole of them. And this is what is happening in Nigeria. I don't know about her, but I have friends. I have Hausa friends. Because of what she said now, will I say, okay, I'm going to hate? I'll be hating my Hausa friends. I'm going to be hating my Hausa neighbor because of what she said, or a Fulani person, or because of what a Yoruba man did to me. I will say I'll be hating the rest of the Yorubas because, but unfortunately, that's where we are in this country. It happens every day. It happens. We say you Yorubas, say you Igbos, you Hausas, and the rest. All right. So she's making this whole thing to seem as though it is a problem that has always been between the Hausas and the Igbos, or Hausas and Yorubas and the Igbos. Even the Hausas and the Yorubas, they always have problems. Even right here in Lagos, they have issues. They have issues, but everybody now brings up this issue when it is convenient. You talk about these people that are having issues when it is convenient. Even in the north, I talk about the issue of suppression and suppressing. They have issues. Even in your family, you have issues. And because you have issue in your family and you say, okay, let the family bond because I have issue with one person, let the whole family bond. Is that the way things work? This is something that this is the way this is the lens at which she's looking at the whole thing from. But she's a small girl. She's a small girl. She has no experience, and probably that's what she heard a lot of people saying. But this problem we have in Nigeria can never be solved through violence, because if it could be solved through violence, Boko Haram would have succeeded. Other violence would have succeeded, or the Biafra war would have succeeded. War cannot solve it. It's for us to understand where we are wrong and understand and be able to amend and adjust and agree. If it is time for us to go our different to part ways, we part ways peacefully and still be friends. It does not necessarily mean that it has to be bloody before things could be resolved. So, but let me not just go ahead and talk, because I can talk till the kingdom come. That being said, what say you? If you have anything to say, please do not forget to put it in the comment section below. We'll continue the discussion right from there. No hating, no bad word. All right. just call out a person, call out a situation. They don't condemn a whole entire generation because of one person. So, moreover, if you are not subscribed, I want to remind you, yes, you. If you are not subscribed, subscribe right now, please. Do subscribe. So that's the way you will support me to help me grow this channel. Like and share. Also click the notification bell so that anytime I drop a new video, you'll be one of those to receive it. I talk about mostly politics, US politics. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.